What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nell, and welcome to The Life with Nell Bell. So, in today's episode of The Life with Nell Bell, I will be reading one of my pieces called If I Cut It All Off, Will It Grow Back? This piece was written earlier this year, like very early in the year, and lately it's been weighing on my spirit, this energy of this piece, because it's a transitioning period that I'm currently in again right now, of trying to figure out, who it is that I'm supposed to be, and the relationships that I'm supposed to have, and the people who I'm supposed to continue to have in my life, and the people who I'm no longer supposed to have in my life, the habits I'm no longer supposed to have in my life, and anything that may need to be cut off in order for me to grow as an individual. And so I hope you guys enjoy this piece, and yeah, let's get into it. I'm sitting outside today. It's been a minute since I sat on the porch and just chilled. I soaked up the sun and looked at what's around me. The big tree, the flowers, the tree that was just planted and is finally starting to bloom its leaves. It was all so beautiful. Then I looked to my right at my plant baby. I noticed that she was dying. I haven't been giving her much care lately, and it's starting to show. Normally, when some of the end's brown, I just snip it off. But this time, everything was basically brown. Everything that I worked so hard to grow is now dead. So do I cut them off? Do I just let them sit here one day until one day I decide to throw the whole thing out? If I cut it all off, will it grow back? I just have to cut it all off. At first I started to think, can this even be possible to grow it back? Then I said, just research it. Everything's on the internet. But right as I had that thought, it hit me. Just do all the things you did before to grow it. You already have the resources. You just neglected the time. And this was true. I had my soil already, the pot, the water, everything I needed to take care of her. I just stopped making time. So now it's time to go back to the basis. I have to pull her out of the soil that she was already in and throw it out. The soil is no longer any good for her. I need to water her when she needs it, because too much can be harmful too. I need to talk to her and tell her who she is and how beautiful she is. Make her a priority again. And most of all, remember that it would take time for her to adjust to it. She soak it up and allow herself to grow into who she can be. Not even what I want her to be, because my wants may be a limitation. So I pray that she grows into all that she can be. So far, she is doing great. My neighbors always comment on her. They think I have a green thumb or that I'm just lucky. But it was just faith in knowing that I can grow her again, and committing myself to doing it as I watched the growth. So after writing that piece, and really sitting and thinking about it, I started to realize that the person I was really talking about was me, and not so much of my plant. I tend to associate my life with my plants, and by taking care of them, I feel like I'm taking care of myself. And I realized, the more that I stop tending to my plants was also the times that I stopped tending to myself. I didn't make time for myself anymore to make sure that she was okay and that she was nurtured and that she was getting all the love and the care that she needed to receive. And the things in me started to die. And I had to realize, you know, certain environments that I was in, I no longer could be in. Certain relationships that I was allowing, I could no longer allow. I had to cut it all off. Like literally, I had to cut everything off and let myself regrow into, you know, the person. And I'm still growing, because it's a process. Growth is a process, continual process. Somebody says they reach their peak, then they're not growing, because you're always, growth is everlasting. You can never stop growing. And I noticed that I'm still growing and I'm still adjusting to, you know, my new environment and the new things around me, and I'm learning how to be the person that I'm meant to be and not just the person that I wanted to be, because who I'm meant to be isn't necessarily all the time who I want to be. So I'm allowing things to flow, and I'm allowing my growth to happen, and I'm nurturing myself again, you know, giving myself time, you know, going in the mirror if I need to, telling myself I'm pretty, telling myself I'm beautiful, telling myself I'm talented in all the things that I do, and having faith in myself again, because that is the main thing. You have to have faith in yourself. You cannot depend on the faith of other individuals. Like I said, you know, everybody looked at my plant and thought it was the most beautiful thing in the world. They thought I was lucky, and that's how I see my life. You know, people look at me and they just think I'm lucky. They see my beauty, but at times I don't see it within myself, because I'm not giving myself the things that I need. So, you know, to whoever hears this message, I hope that you learn to continue to nurture yourself at all times. You know, give yourself the love that you need in the way that you need it. Don't try to be a bush if you're a tree. Don't try to be a flower if you're a vegetable. Just be, you know, who you are, and like learn yourself, learn how to nurture yourself so that you're able to fully give to yourself, and so that you can grow out and to be all that you can be. Like, no bush is limited to just grow right here. A bush can grow all the way out here if you allow it to. No tree is limited to only growing right here. It can grow all the way up here if you allow it. So, you know, we have to allow ourselves the space to grow, and not only that, we have to also remove the things that are no longer serving us. If you have to change your environment, if you have to like take yourself, dig those roots up out of that soil and put it somewhere else in fresher soil and newer soil, do that, because you have to do what's best for you in order to grow and in order to bear the fruit. So I thank you guys for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed this piece. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and most of all, follow me on Twitter at Chanel Cho, and follow me on Instagram at Life with Nail Bell. Until next time, guys, peace out.